Media is an essential part of life. Everyone's exposed to tons and tons of media every single day, whether you're aware of it or not. You're watching some media right now. Now, media is the content that you receive, and a medium is the way that you receive that content. For example, The Walking Dead is media. Television is the medium on which you watch Walking Dead. Or DVDs could be the medium, or Blu-rays, or the internet, depending if you're watching on something like Netflix. Using the single word media can be just fine, especially when we talk about something like types of media. But it gets a little more problematic when a certain little small word comes before it. Yeah, that word. Everyone's heard the phrase the media before. But did you know that's not actually a correct term? Let me explain. The problem with the term the media is that it's unspecific. It doesn't give a precise or specific source for the idea or statement you're talking about. Because when you use the term the media, it talks about all media. TV, movies, books, news outlets, social media, video games, advertising, all of its media. It's basically the same thing as the phrase, you know what they say. Who's they? Is they the government? Is they my great aunt? Is they your great aunt? Is they Sonic the freaking Hedgehog? Who is they? It's so unspecific, you can basically say whatever you want and claim someone else said it. It's a very similar problem with the phrase the media. Did you hear what the media said about that speech Obama made last week? Why no, I didn't hear what all media had to say about Obama's speech because not all media talked about it. For example, what did Terminator say about Obama's speech? Sure, it's a film from 1984, but it's media. And according to the statement, the media, it refers to all media. So Terminator must have said something about Obama's speech. Not the case. To be fair though, when most people say the media, they're talking about news media. Places like Fox, MSNBC, CNN, Huffington Post, BBC. The problem is with the phrase the news media is that it's still unspecific because it covers all news sources. It makes you look less credible because you aren't citing your specific source. For all we know, you could be taking bits and pieces from different news stories. Just take the parts that you like, a little bit of MSNBC, a little dabble of CNN, maybe even a little bit of your outspoken coworker on Facebook. Throw them all in a blender and claim the media said it so you can basically say whatever you want without having to be responsible for it. People do it. And what are you going to do if someone calls you out on it and asks specifically what media source said it? Oh, didn't you hear? The media thinks violent video games cause kids to be aggressive. Okay. Who specifically said that? It's fine to use someone else's work to back up your argument or make a point. That's what sources are. But just like in research papers you had to do for school, you have to document your sources correctly. CNN says the job market is bad. ESPN says the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. This is giving a source. You now know specifically what person, what group, what website actually said this thing. Be specific, cite your sources. Don't say the media. And it's okay to use the word media depending on your situation. But don't say the media. They're not the same thing. Drop the, cite your sources, get specific.